Hi friends, thank you all so much for coming back to craft with me today, and welcome if you are new here. My name is Alyssa, and today I'm going to show you how I made this flip pocket folio using some junk mail envelopes. So I do have a junk mail envelope project playlist. I will link down below in case you like these types of videos. I certainly enjoy using junk mail envelopes in my crafting, so I'm just going to take you through this one. I did use the Kirby Teasdale Studio paper pad here, which is from Hobby Lobby. And so you can see my little junk mail envelope pockets here. This is the first one. So I added some flower stickers here, and I used my scraps to make this little open envelope. And there's actually a vellum postcard piece inside. And then I just put this little stamp over here as well for some decoration. Added some lace trim to the edge there. And of course, utilized the junk mail envelope window. And that's my little journaling card, I guess, in there. So this is just a little cluster I did. And there's actually, so this pocket here, and then there's a pocket in the very middle. So this is just another little floating pocket that I kind of just put together with my scraps. And it has this coffee dyed scrap paper inside of it just for some writing. So let me just put this stuff back in. And then I'll put this piece inside of this pocket so we can see it through the window there. All right, and then this flips out. And then I just added an extra little piece of trim down the side here. But another nice window from the envelope. You can see start each day with the grateful heart here, right through the window. That's just on this little card. Super simple little journaling card there. And then this pocket down below is the same thing, but I turned it into side pockets here. So I added some more trim down at the bottom and a little butterfly sticker. And in here, I just have this little postcard, which I backed with some of my scrap paper there. And you still get that middle pocket as well. So in there, I just have a coffee dyed index card actually, which I just put some stickers and washi down below. And I added this scrap here as a little tab. And then of course this one also flips, and I have another side pocket over here. So again, I just used my scraps to create this little journaling card and put some stickers and a stamp down below here. And over here we have just one more envelope. This one says, life doesn't have to be perfect to be wonderful. And this paper is just so pretty, so I just wanted that to mainly be the star of the show there. But it is kind of like a little tuck spot, so I just have this card. It says, trust your crazy ideas. And then you could write your crazy ideas here on the back. But I just love all those butterflies. And then this part flips out as well. And right in the center, I just washi taped this scrap paper down for more writing space. You can flip it, all that fun stuff. And this here is actually two more pockets, and that flips out too, but I'll just show you what I put in here. Just some little ephemera pieces. And this is just a little scrap paper I had, which really I just put these pieces in here so that whoever is using this can maybe use these pieces elsewhere in the folio or just keep them in here. or put your own little small ephemera pieces in here. And again, you can just flip that open and write over on this side. And I just added some washi tape for decoration as well. But that's everything for this fun little folio. And here's the back. Beautiful paper. So I would probably take something like this and just put it right inside of a junk journal. You could just glue the back down into a page and maybe turn the back into a pocket, side pocket, or a top loading pocket, something like that. Or you could even just give something like this as a sweet little gift for a friend or a family member. So go ahead and grab some paper and envelopes and we can create one of these together. For today's folio, I will be using a few different paper pads. This is the first one from Violet Studio, and this is from Joann's. And then the next one, I'm going to use a few sheets from the Bright Floral paper pad from the Paper Studio, and this is from Hobby Lobby. And my mom actually got me this paper pad as well as an early birthday present. So thank you, Mom. But to start out, you are just going to need one sheet of cardstock that is 6 inches wide by 7.5 inches tall. And so this is just some plain cardstock that I have. I think this is about 75-pound cardstock. So on the 6-inch side, we're just going to score at 1 inch. So that's one right there. And this is going to be the tab which we attach our junk mail envelopes to. So we want that to be here on the left. And then I'm just going to kind of eyeball the middle and just cut a little slit just on my tab there. So we have now 2 little tabs on the side. All right, and then you can really use whatever size envelopes that you have. I'm going to start by just showing you these 2, which are going to be my 2 little flip pockets on the front. These are just 9.5 inches across this way by 4 1/8. And I really loved these envelopes because look at these huge windows on both of them. I just thought these would be perfect for this type of project because basically what I'm going to be doing is folding these in half. And that's all that we're doing to create our little flip pockets on the front. So I've got a window here and a window there. So I'm going to use those, and then you will need one more junk mail envelope as well, but I will get to that when we get to that part. So let's just start with these 2. Again, we're just folding them in half. Same thing with this one. Okay, and then basically all I'm doing is attaching each of these to one of the tabs on my cardstock here, and then we'll flip it like that. So I'm pretty much just going to cover up my envelopes first, and then I will glue them onto my cardstock. So I'm just going to set that aside. And when you're going to cover up your envelopes, you can of course cover up the whole entire piece all in one go, or you can just do one side and then do the other side something completely different. So it's up to you. And I would also suggest probably lining the inside of the envelope with more paper, or you could also just put a piece of tape down on any edges here, like this one, maybe this one as well, but you'll probably see the tape through the window at least. So it's probably easier to just cover up the whole entire inside with more paper. That way, when you go to put things in your pockets, they can just slide in easily and you don't have to worry about things getting stuck on edges and things like that. Just for this video, I'm probably not going to line the insides. I'm just going to leave mine as they are, especially because the insides they don't have like that busy print that some junk mail envelopes have on the inside. So I'm not going to do that. And then another thing too is if you don't have an envelope with this nice big window, you know, normally they kind of just look like this with the window on one side. You could just cut this in half, use the window side, and then grab another envelope and use the window for the other side if you want windows all around. Because obviously if you do something like this, you're going to have a window. This side won't really have a window. So unless you want to do that, or if you have like one of these envelopes where there is a window on each side, then that works too. So it's just really fun to play around with different envelopes, basically, is what I'm saying. So anyway, I'm rambling. I'm just going to fold this in half, and I want all of my sides to be different. So I just gathered some scrap papers, and mine are about 4 3/4 across by 4 1/4 tall. So I'm just going to grab one sheet here. Now I made them a little bit taller than my envelope here because I'm just weird and I like to give myself a little extra paper, but cut it down to whatever size your envelope is. And then when you go to cover up your envelopes, there are tons of ways to do it. And I've had questions before about how I do it. So basically I just line up my paper here and I make marks on the back of my paper with a pencil as to where the edges of the windows are. So I'll kind of just peel my paper back, and then the edge here, I'll just make a mark on the back of my paper so I know where to cut. Same thing with this edge, kind of just make a little mark on the back of the paper. And then I will do this edge here, same thing, kind of just making a mark on the back of my paper there. I also had a YouTube friend suggest to take this sheet and just stick it inside of your envelope. I think her name was Karen. So hi Karen, if you're watching, thank you for this tip. But you would just stick your paper inside your envelope and she scores, or at least she suggested to just score along the edges of the window so that you know where to cut. And then you can just cut out your rectangle for your window. So that's just how I do mine because I'm weird. So I'm just going to cut now along my little marks here. And because I am covering each side separately, I can kind of just cut out this whole entire piece. So I'm definitely saving that scrap, but then that's what you end up with, and then you can just cover up your envelope. Just gonna pop some glue all over here. And then another thing you could do, of course, is, just get some scrap strips that you might have and collage all around the window. You could probably even use like washi tape. All right, so there is that side. But I'm just gonna flip this over now and pick out another sheet here. maybe this one, and just do the same exact thing. And I'm going to repeat that for my next envelope too. So I'll come back once I've covered all of those up. Actually, okay, this envelope is all set, so I'm going to have 2 top loading pockets with this. For this one here, I did fold it in half. You could do more top loading pockets with this one, but I'm actually going to cut mine right down the middle where I folded it because I want to do side pockets for this envelope. So that's something else you could do too. The only thing is if you have a window here, you just have to be careful because this might split, because that's what happened with one of my other windows in my sample one there. So that's why I had washi tape going down the side here. So you'll just kind of have to reinforce this side with, again, some washi tape, another strip of paper, or whatever. If it rips, it always has the possibility to, so maybe you just want to reinforce it anyway, but I just cut this one in half to make side pockets, and I'm just going to go ahead and glue this top part just to obviously close up the top part here, and we'll get our side pocket. And same thing with this one. Okay, now I'm going to cover these up the same exact way, and then I will be right back. All right, so these are all covered up, and I actually used these scissors here to just cut out the middle part. So it kind of has that edging there. And now I'm going to take all my envelopes that I've covered up and my cardstock, and we're just going to attach them to the tabs here. So I'm going to attach my top one first, make sure it's going the right way. And I will basically just glue my tab and just place it right over top here. You will have some extra space, but that's okay. Oh no, you actually, the way that I did it for my first one, I actually want to glue these down first because I want this one to be on top. So hold on a minute. I'm going to take just 1/2 here and I'm going to glue it to my bottom tab. It really doesn't matter which envelope you put on first, but I just want this to be exactly like my sample one. So I'll just stick this right on the tab. Remember, this was our side pocket. And then I'm going to flip it to the back here. And over here, I'm just going to glue the side, the bottom, and the side. And then I'm going to take my other envelope here. This was our other side pocket. And place that right over top. And just make sure that you can still flip it nicely. So when we do it this way, we're going to have this side pocket here, which these edges are a little funky looking, but you can always fix that. And then you'll have this middle pocket, which will be a top pocket once everything's dry. Okay, that's all set. Let me go back to my top tab, reapply some glue, Now I will attach this guy. So put that right over top. Again, just kind of make sure everything's aligned and make sure that everything can open and close without interfering with each other. And then I'll open that up and again, just glue the side here and then the bottom so that I can get another pocket in the very middle. All right, so those are our junk mail envelope flippy pockets. Now you could just leave it at that and decorate this side with whatever you want. But I had another envelope, so I'm gonna use it. You can really grab whatever size envelope you have because we're just gonna be cutting it down. We're pretty much gonna hold it like this sideways and it's gonna flip out like that. So we're pretty much just gonna cut it down to 7 1/4 tall. So 7 1/4. I want to keep my window, so I'm cutting this side. And then the width of mine here is a little more than 3.5 inches. So it really doesn't matter as long as it's not going over the edge there. So this is pretty much going to go over here. I have the lid on it, so I am going to utilize it to attach it onto my page. But if you don't have a lid on yours, you can obviously just create one. So this I do want to cut as well along the edge here because I want it to be open. So let me start by doing that. Okay. And then I'm just going to cover this envelope up the same way that I've been doing it. So I have a piece of paper here that's 3 3/4 wide by 7 1/4 tall. And I actually have two. One's going to be for the back. I probably will end up covering the inside here, but for now, I'm just going to leave this. So see, I gave myself a lot of extra paper. I don't know. I'm just weird. And then with the lid here, I'm just obviously going to utilize that kind of like as a tab, and I'm just going to glue it down onto this blank side. And I'll just place it down about here. I kind of leave a little edge showing on the side. That's how it's going to look on the top and the bottom. And then for this whole panel in the middle, I'm just going to grab a sheet of paper to cover up the whole entire thing. So this here is 4 3/4 by 7 1/4. And I put 2 because in case you want to cover up the back part here, which I may or may not. I'm just going to leave it for now. I'm just going to cover the middle part. And really you can do whatever you want in the middle. You could add more pockets. But I'm just going to set this down now. And you could even put a photo right in the center. I think that would be so cute. But that's pretty much it for our little folio. So it's a lot of fun with the windows, and you can obviously decorate it and fill it up with whatever you want, photos, ephemera, different pieces, souvenirs from trips or things like that that you want to remember. So I will be right back to show you the final result. So this is how mine turned out now with all of these bright, fun, springy colors. So I just added some more flower stickers here to the corner. And inside, I have this card that I put together with the scraps, like the leftover scraps from all my other papers. And it says, never give up because great things take time. And you can kind of see the whole quote through the window. So I like that. And then in the very middle pocket, I just have a journaling card here. I just cut the sides with my fancy little scissors and backed it with this same paper. So there's the middle pocket that it goes in. And we'll flip this over, and I didn't even decorate this side because the paper was so pretty. But I have this little card. This was a cut apart from the paper pad, that Violet Studio one. So I just made a little journaling card there. And then here is my next pocket, which I just have this butterfly sticker in the corner. And this was where we had our side pockets. So this card says, choose to see the good. And I added a little flower sticker there. And there was also that middle pocket here, the top loading pocket. So I just have this card that says, remember. And you can write a little memory on there. And that flips over, and over here I just added this floral piece, and my card inside looks like this. So I just used, again, the leftover scrap strips that I had to collage, I guess, over a piece of cardstock. And then I put this piece over top, maybe for a little writing space or a caption, and you could put a photo or journal on the back. And I put this sticker here in the corner as well, just so you could see something through this window. So that's my little card there. And then over here, this was our tall tuck spot. So I just have taking it easy right on the front. You can't really see anything through the window here. So I just created a little, I don't even know what to call it, journaling card / pocket. And I put this happy thoughts sticker at the top so you could write some happy things here. And it does flip up. And again, I used the scrap strips to just decorate this whole entire piece. But at the bottom here, I turned it into a little pocket. So I just stuck some little journaling cards, follow your bliss. This is my day. I am in love with today. Documented. So just some happy thoughts that you could have. And they just go in this little pocket down below. And I really like how this came out. It's just so bright and colorful. How can you not have happy thoughts when looking at it, right? So that's in my little tuck spot. And then again, that flips open. I did the same thing over here where I created some double pockets that also flip. So I had another scrap sheet, same as my sample one. So I just folded that in half. That's more writing space. And then I just used some scrap paper as well to make my pockets. So I just put some cut aparts from the Violet Studio paper pad in those pockets. And they fit perfectly. And then I just added this butterfly sticker here. And just right in the center, I have a 4x6 Project Life journaling card because I would probably put a 4x6 photo right here. But for now, I just put this so you could kind of flip it up. You could even put a photo underneath. That's just washi taped on. I don't know if I said that, but that's pretty much it for this fun little flip out pocket page folio. I love making these types of things and using junk mail envelopes. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope that you enjoyed today's tutorial. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to my channel for more crafty fun and inspiration, and leave me a comment down below. Thank you guys so much once again, and I will see you all very soon in my next video. Happy crafting and huge hugs!